Okay, Assalamualaikum. I guess today we have already done the roses on this. I'm just going to add a few more shading onto the design, and then we will just finish it off for this particular position or the place where we want to have the design. Okay, I'm going to use Joe Sonia retarder. Okay, and you're going to put it onto the palette just a bit. You can use a brush, a 3/8 brush, and we're going to use a raw sienna first. I'm using Matisse raw sienna. You can also use Joe Sonia raw sienna. They are about the same color. Okay, so what we need to do is we soak the brush with the retarder. Okay, but we don't want it to be too wet, or rather too soggy. So the retarder will help the brush to remain soft, remain damp. Otherwise, it will dry up quite quickly with the paint on it. Okay, and then we take at the tip a bit of the raw sienna, and I'm going to shade in between where there are spaces in between the flower. You can also do it near the leaves also. So I'm going to do also for the leaves. So we're going to do like the shading there, Okay, so just to give it a bit more dimension, and I'm just going to do it only at the bottom, nearing the roses here. Okay, around the roses like this. Okay, and a bit here and there. If the brush gets a bit dry, you can put a bit of retarder at the tip and then run through the paint. And I'm going to put right there. Also at the bottom here. Okay, so we have some shading done right there. You can see some of the shade. Okay, so now the next step is to get some transparent magenta shading on top of the raw sienna. But before that, I think we should try and dry it a bit. So I'm using the Joe Sonia Trans Magenta. So you're going to dry first. Dry the area. Okay, once we have it dry, then we can start doing some shading with the transmagenta. Again, we put retarder on the brush, and we take at the tip. If possible, we don't want it to be too bright there, so we can put a bit of white if you want to make it a bit less stronger, but I'll just have more retarder on to the color, and I will do some shading like so. Just in the form of a shade of the leaf, yeah. So it's like a shadow leaf. If it's too bright, you can just put a bit of what do you call it, retarder to remove some of the paint. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, so we have it that way. Okay, so we got some, if you can see, some of this stain of transmagenta, and then we can put a bit of aqua. Yeah? But prior to that, I think we should dry it first. Then we put this, okay, again we have to put a retarder on top of the, or rather in the brush, and then only take a bit of the aqua, yeah? And we paint it in between wherever it's possible, okay? It will look a bit dirty, but to some people they may not like it, but I prefer it to have this kind of shade, because it will look a lot more like an oil painting. Okay. Okay, so we have it like that, where you can have some dimension. As I say, not everybody like this kind of painting, but I prefer it to be more slip slab type of shade at the bottom. Okay, so we will finish up this, and we will continue doing the bottom part in later session. Not sure whether it's going to be tomorrow or at 2 o'clock today. Okay, so this will be it for now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the dry one, the finished product. Okay, so we will see you again after a while, maybe at 2 p.m. today. We will continue on the bottom design. Okay, thank you.